I read a story just a few weeks ago. A story of Jennifer Lowther, Chris Powell. They are hopeless in Toronto. Jennifer Lau is crying in the corner of an airport lounge. She's on her way to her best friend's wedding. She had left her hometown, Winnipeg, several years earlier, but she was going back to celebrate her best friend's wedding. She's in the Toronto airport. A blizzard raging outside, and flights are getting canceled. In the same lounge, Chris Powell is chatting. He's on a business trip. His flight's gotten canceled as well, but he's chatting with a few other stranded passengers. They're telling their stories, having a good time. Chris Powell notices Jennifer over in the corner. She is crying, as he describes it, she is crying over a plate of eggs. And so he gets her attention and calls her over to the group. Hey, come on over. She gets up and comes over, and he says to her, you know you're a real downer. Something she says about the sarcasm in his voice, and I have never known sarcasm to do any benefit, but apparently it did. She says something about the sarcasm in his voice cheered my heart. So she sits down with this group of stranded passengers and shares her story. They share their stories. Pretty soon, Chris is saying, wait a minute, just the way she talks, that's something. She's kind of cute. She's fun. And little things growing, and pretty soon Chris is thinking, I've got to get her on a flight. I've got to get her on a flight. Canceled flights. Her last flight, they're holding on to, canceled. Chris couldn't take it anymore. Gets up. Come with me. Goes down to that long line with the booking agents. Everybody in the airport standing there waiting for an opportunity to plead their case. Chris gets the attention of one of the booking agents and says, hey, what's your name? Lisa, she says. Hey, Lisa, let me just tell you a story. What would you do? What would you do to get to your best friend's wedding? Oh, Lisa said, I'd probably do just about anything. Okay, Chris says, keep that in mind now. Keep that in mind. Your best friend's wedding. My friend Jennifer has a best friend getting married tomorrow. We're in Toronto. She needs to be in Winnipeg. How do we get her there? Oh, Lisa said, it's just impossible. Do you see this long line of people? We can't get anybody in anywhere. We are snowed in. Chris said, stop. Remember, best friend's wedding. What would you do? Okay, Lisa said, fair point. I would do almost anything. All right, let's start there again, Chris said. This is my friend Jennifer. She's going to her best friend's wedding tomorrow. What can we do? Oh, Lisa knew the game now. She said, all right. Let me just think about this. And Chris says, hey, I'm on a flight to Vancouver tonight. It's still looking like we're going to get out on Vancouver because it's part of an international connection, and they're slow to cancel those if they can help it. Is there any way that Jennifer can get on that Vancouver flight and then from Vancouver get back to Winnipeg? That's going way out of the way, nearly 2.5 flight hours out of the way. But I mean, let's just talk about what's possible, Lisa. And Lisa says, okay, let me just. Okay, there's one seat on the Vancouver flight. One last seat. Let me see. Okay, but 5 hours in Vancouver. I can get you. Wedding's at 2 o'clock tomorrow, huh? 2 o'clock? I can get you in to Winnipeg at 1:15. You're going to go to Vancouver, 5 hours in Vancouver. It's going to be like 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. and then done. That night, Jennifer is on the flight with Chris, headed to Vancouver. 2.5 hours out of her way for a 5-hour layover to get back in time at 1:15. I don't have to spoil this story. There was a a now famous kiss that took place on takeoff from Toronto to Vancouver. They get into Vancouver. Jennifer's there 5 hours, back on her flight to Winnipeg. She's got her mom waiting curbside. And as soon as she's off the plane, running through the terminal, she says, "Mom, start the car." She says when she ran out of the airport, the car was already in motion. She's in. Now they're flying down the highway. She's got to stop and get dressed. She hasn't brushed her hair in 36 hours. She's got to stop, brush her hair, get something changed. Her dad's got another car, revved, waiting. She said it sounded like the Indy 500 when she pulled up. She runs in, brushes her hair, gets her dress on, and now dad's driving. They pull up at 1:59. No joke. She runs in there, finds a seat near the front because she's going to be the master of ceremonies at the reception. She runs in, finds a seat. Now she's sitting on the front seat of her best friend's wedding. Someone says, "Hi, Jennifer." Now her heart has been a little Twitter-pated with her little interaction with Chris. But now she's been focused on the wedding. She hears, "Hi, Jennifer." She turns. It's her ex-fiance. "How are you doing?" Said, "Listen, buddy, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. I got no time for you." Wedding, master of ceremonies, reception, done. Jennifer's back on a flight 2 weeks later. Chris knocks on her apartment door in Toronto. Now, what has it been, 18 years? Let me put a picture of their family on the screen for you. There's a picture of the two of them, but there's a picture of their family. That's Jennifer and Chris. Now, and that's been a few years ago. Their kids are both now teenagers. You get to the end of their story. I've got it right here. You get to the end of their story, and this is what caught me. They said, "We marvel at the coincidence of meeting in this serendipitous, romantic way. We don't know what it took for the cosmic alignment. Call it kismet, that's destiny. But it's amazing, and we're thankful for it." Oh, Chris and Jennifer, if I could just say one thing, if I could just add one thing into your story. It's not kismet. It's not cosmic alignment. It's not serendipitous. It's in the fullness of time. God sent his son. God has a calendar. He's got a plan for your life. And the Christmas story is proof of it.